Very good, very good. So who wants to be more in control of their experience, right? We all want more control. I get that. So the first thing I want to tell you is that, first of all, just for the fun of it, you are the center of your universe. Because we live in it, if we live in a continuously expanding infinite universe, which is just an assumption, but if we do, in an infinite universe, any point is the center. Just so you know. So if anybody tells you you're not the center of the universe, you say, maybe I am. I could actually be the center of the universe. So are you, so are you, so are you. Any point is actually the center in an infinite system. Because you're not in a square on this corner of the square and this is the center. You are there's no boundary to the universe. There's no boundary to what is, and so every point is the center. So you tell people I am the queen of my own universe. But let's say you want to skip over that part, you want to get into that argument with them. You want to be in control. So I tell people come to me with Baba Chachu. Baba Chachu says, I'm in control, I can control everything. And I think what they think is that they can, go to a bar and like zap the girl and he goes like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything about it. Right? That's not the control we want. Okay? The only control anyone ever has is the control over their own interpretation, their own perspective. But that is everything. Because the only universe you will ever experience is the universe of your own interpretation. The universe that you filter through your own perspective. So you can't control the outside world. I don't believe you can. Right? If I lift up this bubble, no matter how much I'm going to believe, it's going to fall down to the ground. Right? But I can imagine that it didn't fall to the ground. And maybe imagining how things cannot fall to the ground may inspire me, like some scientists, to create anti-gravity machines. Where the bottle doesn't fall, right? Because you control not your environment, but you control your interpretation of your environment. And actually, everything that your future is, everything that your future will be born out of the seed of your now perspective. So just think about this. You can take any action you take today will not change the past one iota, not even a little bit. But even the smallest action you take today will influence every second of your entire future. Just think about how much power exists in your now interpretation, how you choose to see things now. Now here's the funny part. You think, well, if I was in control more often, then I'd feel happy more often. I'd feel better, I'd feel more fulfilled, I'd feel better. The truth is you don't feel better when you're in control. I see my brother, when you're controlled, then you have this responsibility to do. And what I want you to do is to free yourself up to depend on the support system of the universe. Because if it was up to you to control the street lights and the traffic and the police work and the water flow and the electricity, you'd say, oh, I don't want that control. I don't want to control everything. There are a lot of people who think, oh, if I could be king of the universe, it would be fun. And most of us, we couldn't stand being king of the universe. Everybody coming up to us and saying, what should I do about this? What can I do about it? You say, I don't want control. Just give up that control. What you want is to have control of your own interpretation, which you do have. You're the only one who has control over your interpretation. Maybe your mother has control over your interpretation. That's only because you include your mother in your own interpretation, right? Like, that's right. We value the opinions of others. We care more about what other people say, and when we care more about what they say, then now they influence our interpretation. But you always have full control over your interpretation, even though it might appear that you don't. The only thing you need to control is how you're choosing to interpret it. So the reason you're asking for more control is because you're interpreting the situation as being out of control, discombobulated, not the way you want it to be. And I want people to start with the premise that says, when things are not the way I want them to be, that's still to my benefit. It's still to my benefit. Don't insist to change something that is, because if you insist to change something that is, you're trying the impossible. Then you're obviously going to feel out of control. But if you change the way you view it and you say to yourself, what value can I get from this? Then you lose actually the desire to control it. It's like, do you have any kids? No. Okay, let's say you fast forward 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, you have a little kid running around, right? Do you want the kid to only ever do what you say? Or do you want it to do what you say, but mostly to do what he or she wants? Right? You want the kid to be in control only so that they're fairly safe, but other than that, be uncontrollable. Right? So I want you to ask the same thing of the world. The world is this wonderful plaything, it's this wonderful adventure. And if you expect that every step along the way it's going to be planned and expected and you know what's going to be, if you could do that, and there's some people who do, they get OCD, they get compulsive, then they live a boring life. So if you want more control, I want you to give up control. Right? And I want you to only adopt control over your interpretation. So let me ask you this. Do you believe that you can achieve what you desire?
I would like to believe that.
Did you hear her answer? She can't say that she does believe it. That'd be lying, right? But you say, I would like to believe that. Now, do you know if you say that more often than I'm not, do you know where that would get you? This is the wonderful thing about the law of attraction. The law of attraction says the universe reflects back to you that which you are. The universe shows you who you are. So if you say, well, I can't do something. Well, as you're walking through the reality and you have those colored lenses on that says, I can't do something, then the universe just shows you more reasons why you can't. Not because it's trying to be mean, not because it's trying to bug you, it's because it's showing you that which you are. I believe in my universe that I can't, and so the universe has more reasons why you can't. Now, if you believe that you can do something, and you put on those lenses and you operate with that perspective, then the universe shows you more reasons why you can, right? More reasons why you can. You say, oh, wonderful, more reasons why I can. But if you can't get to there, if you can't get to I can do something, if you're stuck in the I can't do it and you can't get to the I can place, there's this middle ground that says, maybe I can, I would like to, maybe I can. Now, if you adopt the perspective, the glasses that say, maybe I can, and you look out into the universe, do you know what you see? You see more reasons why maybe you can. Now, if you are somebody who is not thrilled by maybe, the possibility of things, then it won't do you anything that the universe shows you more reasons why maybe you can. But if you draw satisfaction out of the possibility of things, if your joy, if your determination, if your satisfaction doesn't come from achieving your goal, but of dreaming your goal, and nothing can ever stop you from dreaming your goal, nothing can ever stop you from believing in perhaps the possibility of it, then you can always win. You can always feel positive emotion. You can always feel positive. So you say, maybe I can, maybe I can. And then when you look out into the world, when you find those reasons to say maybe you can, you give it more of your attention. Go, oh, this book tells me maybe I can, I'm going to read it some more. This friend when I talk to, she tells me that I can more often, so I'm going to spend more time with her. Right? I'm going to sit down, I'm going to imagine more reasons why I can. I'm going to write down things and look how easily it's coming to me, because maybe I can. And if you draw satisfaction from maybe you can, then you always win. Then you can easily transfer yourself to, I believe a little more than I can. I'm actually pretty much getting there. I'm almost there. I definitely can. Right? So the whole story is really, when you're riding on your horse and you fall off, don't kick yourself when you're down, just get back on. I want to be able to explain high concepts in the simplest way possible. That's really what I want to do. I don't want to make boastful references to scientists and all that stuff and drawing charts and all these things. I can do all those things and they convince me, but the truth is, I want to be able to explain this in a way that a child can understand. And sometimes when you explain something in a way a child can understand, people who are more intellectually minded, they go, oh, nothing special. But I want to tell you the specialness of life lies in the simplicity of things. You were born, when you were created, you were two halves of a cell, sperm and an egg, that came together and created one whole cell. And from that one tiny little cell, microscopic cell, here you are. And I want you to draw satisfaction, I want you to draw thrill, I want you to draw encouragement from the idea that you have the seed, not the plant, not the fruit, the seed of it. The seed of it is your desire. The seed of it is the idea. And if you can draw love from the idea, then you provide it with the environment, the fertilizer, the water, the nourishment that it needs in order to grow your idea. And if you look at anybody in this world that you consider to be successful in any way, that you would like to emulate in any way, I promise you, they have this in their mind. I can achieve what I want to achieve. I will see obstacles, there will be problems in my way, and I will feel down, but I won't let that keep me down. I'm going to feel down temporarily, and then I'm going to move as fast as I can to believing that maybe I can. And then from maybe I can get to where I can be. That's a long answer to your question, in control. But you don't want to control things, and you can't.
Okay.
You don't want to, and you can't. You're on a roller coaster ride, and the only thing you can do is say, I'm just going to enjoy this for as much as I can. I told you my brother goes on roller coasters and he loves it. I've tried roller coasters and I did not like it. But when I strapped into that chair, I just said, I'm going to do the best that I can do. And afterwards, even though I'll say I'll never go back on that ride again, at least it wasn't absolutely terrible that I went on that ride. You know, I feel proud of myself that I even tried to do something so crazy.